Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time here. This is part 3 of our settlement build in Vault 88, and I'm really excited to get back to it. We left off last week with this centerpiece in our atrium, this fountain inspired by the National Gallery Rotunda in DC, and I just love it. It came out so much better than I had hoped that it would, so I'm going to ride that high and we're just going to keep going. I think today we're going to start with a sort of diner area because we've just sort of been putting off this half of the atrium. We've got some domestic units on the second story. Hi, Preston. We've got some domestic units on the second story, but we don't have anywhere for them to eat yet. So I think that that'll do really well right here. So let's go ahead and start restructuring that with our atrium pieces. Somebody pointed out that there's really no ambient sound in Vault 88. Now I am hyper aware of that fact. It's a little creepy quiet in here, but I don't mind it that much, to be honest. Let's see. I think there's cafeteria is exactly what I want here. And then we'll match up the doorways because I think a door makes sense. And then I would love to be able to do a little window. I know I keep trying and failing to mess with the atrium pieces, but I'm going to try one more time. That's a lie. I'll try more than one more time. That's odd. Why won't that snap? I'm a little worried now. But that is, yep, that was it. That is the glory of building in Vault 88 with all of Bethesda's joyful bugginess. That'll go up there. Okay, and now if I take a mid wall, I think it should be able to go in here. The reason I haven't done this before is because I thought, well, first of all, it's difficult. But also I thought that these mid pieces didn't blend in because they didn't have the grate things on the bottom. And I realized last week I was just doing them backwards. You can flip these around either way. So we can actually have windows on the corners of these pieces. So great. I'm noticing there is some trim that isn't the same, but I thought there was like a trim piece. Not indoors, or while we're here though, we can put some glass in that window. I thought there was like a trim. Am I totally losing my mind? More so than usual. That. Nope. I guess you will be able to tell this is a mid piece, but I think that's okay. I also realized in last week's build that the lighting from the vault set is like super artificial in a way I hate a lot, but we can just use the lights from other sets, and I think that really helps out. So I think that's what I'm going to do just moving forward, is use the lights that aren't part of the vault set. And we'll see if that can bring any like warmth into the vault, because that's something I know we all struggle with. Let's grab the sign and see, does this snap on anywhere? Or it's like, I wish it would snap. I feel like it should snap right above a door, but I'm getting the sense that it's not going to do that. That's okay. We can just, nope, we can't do it manually. Can I grab that again? Maybe. Yes, okay. Whew. Can I put it like there? That's not bad. Yeah, I can rock with that. Okay, and we'll open this up. And I think we can do some seating out here, like extra seating for them. It's so hard to get in and out of the vault menu. But let's run back just to get some glass for that one. Um, do we think it should take up 3 spots or just 2? Because if it takes up just 2, then we could do another domestic unit here, which would be nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we could do 5 domestic units. Actually 6 if we do another one here. Let's start this out as just a 4 square diner. If there's a corner wall piece or corner door piece, and there is, thank goodness. And then if that feels too small, we'll come back to it. I think I have to put the door in after. Oh, but I can't. Okay, door has to go in after, and it can't be just like floating by itself for a second. So we go back, we grab the other door. Now we can open this. I will never understand why they chose to make it so difficult to build with this set, because they want us to use it, I'm assuming. I think we have to do what we did with the upstairs units and just do the wall kind of like this, because we're not going to be able to do a window in the corner and a wall in the corner, just the way it is. We can do that. Okay, so if we want to keep it this size, it would be nice if there was like a hallway. Let me turn on my Pip-Boy because it's a little dark in here. Hello.
I'll do well. Promise.
Really? Because you're just staring at the back of a wall. That's fine. I'm not here to judge. I mean, I am judging, but it'll be okay. If we want to do a domestic unit, it has to be at least this big. I want enough space in the cafeteria to be able to do some dining. So let's go back to the original plan and make it not clinic. I don't know why I clicked into clinic. And we'll make it a solid 6 squares. Because I would love to be able to, and I'm running into the issue with the door again. Let's just not put a door on this. We'll keep it open for everybody. But I want to give Clem a job serving soda here because he liked that part of the experiment so much. So I think it'd be cute to let him sort of keep going with that. Okay. If I still want to do a hallway, the hallway would just come out like that. And then it would be nice to have a doorway into that hallway. So if I can find, I think this piece makes the most sense, that then this could connect into that back hallway, and also we'll find a way to connect it to those upstairs rooms. And we don't need a corner piece here. We need the wall. There are multiple walls, and it looks like the difference is the decorations on them. Okay, wait, so which ones did I use? Hot dog bottom left, hot dog bottom left. This one has a burger in the center, so this will be our special piece. That's cute. Oh, that's so fun. I love when things can be fun. We'll just leave that there for now. Excuse me, sir. Oh, did he auto-assign himself to the decorative mute fruits? He did. That's fine. I can work with that. Let's light this up, and we'll do what I said, and we'll use the normal lights because that's just so much better than the vault lighting has been. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's great to know. It's just frustrating that we spent so much time on that in the previous builds. Oh, I just want it right on that corner so it feels a little more intentional. I think that does it. That's lovely. Okay. So now we can put down the actual store, which is food and drink. And we'll get this nice big one like this. I bet I can line it up with squares on the ground pretty nicely. Yeah. And then maybe we do Clem's drink stand kind of over here. Is that in? No, I think resources, miscellaneous. No, where would that be? Oh, there we go. Soda fountain. Does it need power? Yeah, it does need power, but we can connect that to a conduit. And then we'll assign Clem back to it, because I think he likes having a job. I don't recognize that, but that's okay. So I'll use the little conduit to connect it. And now I'll push it back as far as I can. I think that's pretty good. Nice little helm of a soda fountain. And I think that there's a counter that'll match that one. Okay, not in miscellaneous. This is always such a hunt. Is it a table? Ooh, no, but these tables would be good. Oh, yes. Here it is. Yay! That's perfect. That's lovely. Oh, yes. Okay. And now, do those other dispensers, would that look kind of integrated here? I think it does. So we've got the bar, we've got some dispensers. Let's start putting seating down, because that'll take up some space. A lot of scrolling through items. I do think I'm getting better. Oh, this one's beat up though. Is there a non-beat up one? I do think I'm getting better at navigating these items. I guess there's not one that isn't beat up. How much do we care that it's beat up? I don't hate it that much. I think when I started this build, I wanted it to be like extremely pristine. And I think what I've realized is I'm having more fun making it lived in. Ooh, let's do these all the way. Ooh. I don't think it's meant to do that, but I don't mind it. Well, maybe I do mind it. Hold on. I don't want it to make it impossible to do the hallway behind it. You know what I mean? I don't think we can get this closer though. Okay, so we'll just have to limit the number of these that we do. And then maybe we can do our usual counter behind it, but we can use like this counter to make it, you know, feel more appropriate in the vault. And I'll scooch this over as much as I can here. That's cute. I didn't expect it to like go this way, but I don't mind it. The red on the floor is a lot, and so I think I want to mute that with a rug, but the rugs that make the most sense here are the floor mats, so we'll just put down some floor mats. Yeah. The like cafeteria set is kind of overwhelming, but I want to try and make it work. I also realized we haven't put up a Minutemen flag anywhere in here, and I think we should, because it's not Vaultec that are building this, it is us. So it would make sense that there's some Minuteman representation in it. Okay. Now what can I do that'll pull this together a little more? Nuka-Cola clock, I think, definitely works to help pull things together. That's on brand for sure. Where's the Edatronic? Here? Because Edatronic, I think, would also be a good decoration. There's really only the one spot for it, though. And it's where I put the conduit. Let's see if we can move the conduit. Pull this forward. I really want to be able to put it there. It's so ugly. Why doesn't it want to be there? If we disconnect it. Oh. Okay, what if I do just connect it directly? That works. And then we'll cover it up with the dispenser. That's so much cleaner. And then the clean Aditronic can go right here. Okay, I'm loving that. That's wonderful. Now, what about a little seat for Clem? Like, is that too low? Would that be nice for him? Would something else be better? Like a stool? Maybe we do both. Like that, so people can gather around the soda fountain. And then we have the nice restaurant. We have a counter. Let's do another counter. Yeah, it can be a smaller one. Like, I want it to feel like a cafeteria, and part of that for me is that you would have like a hot bar like they have sometimes in the entries of grocery stores, that you can like ladle up food and then take it here to check out. So I like that. Water fountain also feels like it would be like an appropriate thing. So maybe we put that down here at the corner. And I'm going to make this clock more centered. Yeah, that's really coming together. Let's see if there are vault posters that help us out here. The outside world can't hurt you. Safety first. There we go. Eat well, live well is perfect for this. I want something here, but this might do best right there. Because we have this little sub decoration. We have the poster. And then we do have these like pretzel burger pizza things. Is it too on the nose to have like a cafeteria sign in the cafeteria? Like, I mean, they know it's the cafeteria. Does it light up? I don't really like it. That's fine. Anything here that's interesting? The crates are neat, but I don't think we have a ton of use for them yet. One could be neat here just as like supplies for the soda machine. Yeah. And then usually behind the bar I would do a shelf, but I don't want to cover up that cute art. So I think instead let's do another chair. And I think the red one goes well in here, but this will just be for the whoever owns the diner to sit if they need to. Any other wall decorations? These don't feel appropriate. A painting could, not really. I think the decorations on the default cafeteria walls are just so perfect. This cat could work like more than I thought it would. Oh no, I might like that better than the vault poster. Of the decorations on the wall, I like the pretzel the least, so I won't be sad if that gets covered up. But I really like how the blue frame on this matches, and I love how like kitschy it feels in a diner build like this. Let's bring this a little lower. And let's see if there is a decoration that makes sense here. I'm looking for radio. But there might be some like vault intended things. Like that's a cleaner radio. That speaker is cool. I don't think it goes in here. Espresso machine. Oh, I really like that. I really like that. I thought our radio was going to go there, but I actually love the idea of an espresso machine instead. Let's pull out the clock a little bit. That's really cute. Okay. I'm loving this. We gotta find somebody to work in here. Is Clem still standing at the wall? No, the other lady is. Can I assign her to the overseer's desk? I don't think I can. So we might have to like assign her to something else. Oh well, the next person we see, I think we can grab them for this. Oh, and now that I've put this all together, I feel confident in putting the door back on. Finally. And I said we could do some seating out here, and I like that idea still. So let's see. Not structures, but furniture. If there's like a cute... Because this is, I mean, it's the only place to eat in the vault. And if you're growing up in the vault, you got to think about like, if it's your first date ever, you know, and you want to go to the soda shop and not maybe sit in a booth next to your parents, but have a little bit of independence for the first time. That's what I'm picturing right here. Like a table for the teens to have a safe space to gather. Still within view of the rest of the diner. That's cute. Do we want another set exactly like that right here? I think we might. It's pretty cute. And then it would let people sit outside to engage with, I mean, the closest thing they have to nature. That's cute. Is there anything that can go on top of the table? Ooh, I like the idea of a trash can. A trash can out here. Because that way they don't have to go all the way back inside to throw out their trash. They can just pop it in before they leave. Okay. I really like that. I said I wanted to do a path out to the hallway. And if we do that, it's got to be here. So let's start fleshing that out. Structures, vault, atrium. It's so difficult. I think it makes sense to do the doorway and then a mid-wall. No, because the wall, that's what I was having trouble with last time. The wall doesn't have the like venti things that the other pieces do. So instead of doing the doorway piece, let's do... Why don't you want to be here? Oh, this has all our nice stuff on it. Okay. I bet we can snap that back in. Good thing we didn't have to store it. Okay, phew. Oh, okay. That worked out pretty well. Because now I want the mid doorway. Yes. Okay. There we go. That feels good. That doesn't feel too weird or hacky. And let's grab the light back. I think this industrial wall light works a lot better than the vault one we were using for stuff before. And we'll go back into structures, vault. Oh, she's figuring out that she's got to come back this way. Come on. I don't want to cut her off. Hall to doorway. Does she just walk into the... Oh, no, she's just... Uh-oh. Uh-oh, she is trapped in the wall. Please get out. Please go ahead and get out now. Yes, okay, good. There we go. She's fine. She's fine. These settlers really do have me so worried. Don't go back out there. Okay, so if we do another corner hallway, This, remember, is just the hallway connecting our domestic units upstairs. So we can do a stairway. We probably can't do it here because of this wall, but we can do it a little farther down. So let's grab a corner. There we go. And we've got to meet the door, hallway and doorway, from the diner. So that'll go nicely. And then I think here we can do a stairwell. So we'll do like doorway like this on the other side. So we can do, which one fits here? Did I figure out that the stairway wasn't supposed to be on a doorway? I think that was a lesson that I learned. Okay, so I don't actually need, I need a domestic three-way. Gosh, this really, building in the vault is so much more, it's so much harder than you think it's gonna be every time. That doesn't fit, probably because of the wall to that side. But that's not clipping either. Which, why? Yeah, we can't have it going left. Right? We'll want it to connect to this piece. What does this piece look like? A doorway and a hallway. Can I? Oh, wait, hold on. I just want one doorway. But I still want 4 openings. This really is breaking my brain. Okay. Yeah, so that doesn't actually work. Because this, I need the doorway up against the unit. What about this one, though? Is this just a normal? Yes. Okay, so maybe this one we can swap out for this piece. Maybe? Yes. Whew. Okay, and now I just need a stairway that'll go like with that piece. So if we just move the stairway down one, that's what I'm thinking. Because this will go together. Did I scrap that stairway? Yes, I did. Hold on. But this should snap now to both. Should. Yep. Yes. Whew. There we go. Let's put some supports on that. Is this the right piece? Yes, it is. There. Nice and secure. Okay, so that's the back door to the diner. So you come in here. And let's put up some lights as we go. Oh, I'm still in structures. That's why I can't find it. Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got this nice stairway. That brings us to the domestic units. Remember, we did this one last time, which looks so good. And let's see if there are signs. Yeah, it would be under vault signs to point to the cafeteria being downstairs. These are screening, commissary, cafeteria. And this is the old light, the vault one, that I have realized I hate. So let's fix that with the light that I think is better, even though it looks a little dirtier. See, it's just warmer. It's just better. And is there an arrow that kind of points like boop down? I think, oh, it might just be this one, but that's okay. Where's it snap? Oh, it snaps to the sign? I didn't expect that. I thought it would kind of go beneath it like this. Yeah. Like this is domestic, and then to get to the cafeteria, you go down these steps. And I'm going to put up some more lighting down here because, again, this is a tripping hazard for people in the dark, for sure. She's still just hanging around. Maybe she wants to work in the diner. I don't want to force her to be overseer if she doesn't want to be. Is that Clem? Yes. Okay. Clemmy boy. Ooh. I'm just going to walk right into that door. I've got a job for you. You excited? No thoughts. No thoughts, just vibes. Works for me. Okay. We've got this nice hallway. We should do more signs indicating that domestic and the overseer are upstairs. Which I guess would be residential. Yeah. Residential, there is no lavatory, unfortunately. There's not really a good way, I think, to do a bathroom in the vault set, because the smallest room that you can have is 4 squares, and that's huge. Okay, so residential and overseer are upstairs, but if we keep going this way, I think that a clinic and a commissary are the other things that I want to do in this build. We got Clem. Hi, you want to run the diner? Let's do it.
Got it.
Great. I will get you a vault suit shortly. Okay, so remember, this is the stairs to more domestic units. And again, the overseer is upstairs. So I want to make sure that there's signs for that. Because if somebody comes in and they're just looking to talk to the overseer, they need to know like how to get up there. And overseer. And I'm just kind of stacking these vertically. I like that better. Oh, people are talking about this soda. Oh, what did I grab? I'll leave that. I'll just leave that as is. That's fine. That looks really good. That's coming together. Okay. So here in this wide hallway, I want to make sure that we can do doors to other things. So let's see what parts of wide hallway exist with doors. 3-way, 4-way. Are doorways only on the end?
It's great of the overseer to give us breaks like this, huh?
They're talking about me. I think we have to do the 4-way and then the doorway's on like the end of it. So I think we gotta do... I'm just backing up. Please snap. Please clap. Please snap. I make myself laugh, and that's all I need. I'm my target audience. Okay, yeah. See, now we can do a doorway like this. And that's kind of nice because then we can do like the waiting area of the clinic right there. That's really cool. And then this 4x4 space, that can be our clinic. Let me snap that together before I lock that in because I just want to make sure that works. But that would be clinic, corner doorway, this one. See, I'm getting better about learning that like I've got to do the whole room before doing the door. I don't think anything can go here. Yeah, because there's not like a sealed off, you know what I mean? Like there's no way to do it like as a cube. Like these all need to touch something else, which is so annoying. That's the corner of the cafeteria, so I can't put a window there. So this has to be like this. But then I like, again, the idea of doing another door into the hallway, right? Because I can reuse this piece. It snapped, and then I put it on the ground anyway. Okay. Let me think. I want this to be bigger. I'm realizing that as I'm saying it. I think this should be a full 6 square thing. So we have room for beds and stuff. And then I think it does make sense to have another door out into that hallway, which then would be the corner doorway piece. Okay, cool. Nope. There we go. The ways that it is willing to clip blows my mind. Like it won't clip in the ways that make sense, but sure, you can clip it in the center like that. Okay. I just want to wrap it up in the hallway. Because I keep accidentally putting doors and then having to move them. Yeah, let's do corner. I keep forgetting that there are like end cap doorways. I don't think we've had a use for those so far. Okay, I think the hallway should continue going this way, and then we'll do another set of stairs upstairs so you can get to the overseer again easier. But this is the clinic, which I think, let's do some signs, because partly for the vault dwellers, but also for me, because I am already getting so lost in here. But just like this. We don't have a research room. We will do the security upstairs. Just like the normal vault entrance, I think works as security. Okay, that's clinic. I really don't know how to use these. How am I supposed to use these? Do they snap to anything? It does not look like it. Ooh, it might work here. Clinic. Yeah. Okay, that actually works. That works well. Cool. Now we can get to decorating our clinic. Furniture. Let's put some beds in here. Because I think it would make sense that the clinic has, like, obviously beds for sick people. Like, I think 2 feel appropriate. We got 2. And then we'll do the actual, like, clinic shop. And we'll have to put somebody in a lab coat. I don't know if this is like true or consistent, but I've noticed a glitch where if I put a woman in the lab coat, it looks like the Vault Tech lab coat. Like you only get the normal one if you put a man in it. I don't know how consistent that is though. So somebody fact check me on it. Okay, so the clinic will go like that. We'll have 2 beds. I think there's the other thing. What did I find it under? The other thing from the experiment, I'm going to try and pronounce this word, Phoropter, that I think would be like nice here because it's also a medical thing, but it's also very vault. Let's put a rubber mat down first though. We are going to need more people in this vault than I had originally planned to like flesh it out and make all these you know, posts assignable. But I think that's all right. Because we can always double up beds in the domestic areas. Like, people can have roommates. And it doesn't have to necessarily be like a weird college vibe. Like, maybe they're married. Maybe they want to live together. Okay. So we got the Phoropter. I really need to go get an eye exam. This prescription is so out of date and it's making me dizzy. But if I can treat the vault dwellers well, I can treat myself that well too. I gotta schedule that. Okay. Let's do a poster because I know there are medical posters. Have you taken your medication today is good. Cleanliness is good. We should also do a sink wherever we do this poster, which I think we can do here. Stay fit, stay focused. That's another good one. Maybe these just all go together. Yeah. Okay, I like two there and then one here. And I want to get to the sink, which I think is in decorations miscellaneous. I'm taking a guess. No, it's not. Yeah, okay, no. Where is it? Is it in furniture miscellaneous? I literally always forget. I don't understand why they've like done it this way. Ooh, carts though, I do really want a cart. There we go. We'll do that. And I know this is a nightstand, but I'm gonna treat it like another cart. This should actually be on this side of the bed. And we'll just scooch the beds a little closer to make that fit. Is that too big? Yeah, I guess we'll just scooch it over more because I want the cart to fit here. There's a way for this to work. I know it. Oh! There we go. Nailed it. That's lovely. Okay. We have to figure out what goes on these other walls too. But maybe we do some more rubber mats. Oop, I just clicked right out of it. Some rubber mats here for the doctor to like stand on while they're here working. And then maybe some seats or at least like a stool for the doctor. It's kind of like grungy, but I kind of love it. Yeah, I really like it actually. And we don't have lights in here yet. Let's do the same lights that we did in the cafeteria because they feel sterile. Oh, that made such a difference. Holy moly. They feel sterile, but they feel appropriate. Okay. Now we did the vault posters. Are there any signs? That makes sense. Oh, we could have put some of these in the cafeteria. You all know how obsessed I am with this. I think this is the first clinic I'm building where it doesn't make sense. I don't think I can swing that. Do we want to do like a caution sign? Yeah, because the Phoropter, this machine, took so much nuclear stuff to build. I think it makes sense to have a caution sign near it just so people don't get too comfortable with radiation. This is what I'm looking for this corner. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that's so wonderful. And then if there's like a metal shelf like this. Yeah, to back up the doctor there. Okay. I really like that. I don't think I have any relevant junk on me. But if I have like a microscope or, ooh, biometric scanner. Ooh, ear examiner. Yes. Let's do a gas canister. And there's our microscope. Wow, I actually had more stuff than I thought I did that go really well here. Test tubes, I don't really want them to be just loose, but they do make sense here. Let's do scissors while we're here. Ooh, definitely a surgical tray. Wow, I have so much more stuff than I thought. Can't believe I doubted myself, honestly. Okay, biometric scanner. It's not going to go on nicely, so maybe we just make it upright. Let's make all these things upright. I didn't expect that to sit so perfectly upright. We can definitely do a surgery tray. And do you think the scissors will go on top of the tray? Nope, they'll go beneath it. That doesn't make any sense. All right, let me arrange this like next to it. I don't know how. Okay, the doctor can find those scissors and use them as they please. I do not need to pause this build to go find scissors. But this, I think, goes well in here. I guess I didn't need to stand it up. Y'all saw that. Biometric scanner that I dropped by accident. Or I didn't drop it by accident. I picked it up by accident. Come here. Ooh. I never know. Oh, there we go. There we go. Rotating is really hard for me, but we got there. And then ear examiner also makes sense on this shelf. Kind of hoped it'd fall more like that. There we go. And then the microscope, which is a little worn by the... Whoops. How do I get out? The microscope is a little worn by the Commonwealth, but I like to think that the doctor who we recruited was actually a very well-known doctor in the wasteland, and they brought the microscope with them because it is their most trusted and perfectly calibrated piece of equipment. Okay, I love this. That's a really fun clinic. And then out here, because we have this extra space, this can be the waiting room that I usually like to do, because we can get our same locker. Yes. Oh my gosh. It can just be out here. I don't know what, bench. How much space does that? Oh, that's too dirty. I think this would actually be cleaner. Although, does that nestle in there? I mean, it does. You guys, that's really cute. I think we can also do a water fountain out here while they're waiting, in case they're not feeling well. Ooh, that's clipping into the wall, but I don't mind it because it fits. Okay. Water fountain. That's so cute. I'm obsessed with that. Wow. Okay, let's pop a door on it. Does that mess anything up? No. That's wonderful. That's the clinic. Let's do some more signs while we're in here. which are in decorations. Vault signs. Yes. Oh my God. Is there, I know there's an atrium. Yeah. Atrium. I like that we're getting to use these signs now. I think they make sense in this like wide hallway space. Is there anything that goes in this corner? It seems like such a nice opportunity for like a bench. Not an airline seat. I hate the airline seats. That feels a little weird. Ooh, a bench like that I think would be exactly what I want. So we'll use this bench to make sure it's facing the right way. And just pop that in there. Yeah, unassuming little spot. Yeah. Okay, so clinic there. And then on this side, I said I wanted to do a commissary. And I don't want to do the door on the same side as the clinic, just because I want it to feel like different. So much of what we're doing is just making choices that give more visual interest. Because sometimes, I mean, you just want it to look interesting. Like, not all design needs to be good if it's fun to look at. I think fun to look at is good design. Okay, yep, that is the other side. Like, I know it's still on the right, but it's not like lined up with each other is what I'm trying to say. And let's get the sign on the wall so I know what I'm building. Exit zone research screening. I love the idea of having a research room. I really do. But I think commissary is higher priority. And this, I think, could be smaller because the clinic, we took up 6 squares. Yeah, which was the right choice. It's gorgeous. But I think the commissary can be more compact. Oh, and let's see what possible rooms we have. Because we've used the clinic, nursery, overseer, quarters, security. I don't think security goes well. Well, let's put it down and see. We've used quarters. I really like the overseer set. I wouldn't mind reusing that. I like the nursery set. Hold on, let's pop that one down too, just so we can see them all together. Clinic we just used. Cafeteria we've used. And let's drop down common and see. Okay. So the nice thing about common is that it has these little like linoleum squares, and I think that's a fun texture. Security is a little too clean. That's my least favorite, so we won't go with that one. The overseer wall I love, but I'm worried it's too distinctly overseer to reuse here. So I think I'm between the nursery and the common. I really like the nursery, but the common feels more realistic. I think I'm going to go with the nursery just because I won't have another opportunity to use it. Like, I'm not going to do a nursery in this build. It would also be fun as a bedroom. If you didn't want to use the quarters set, this would be a fun bedroom. Okay. So, corner. I guess we just like wall this all the way off with corners. Yeah, because we don't want, I mean, again, we could do a window out into like the cave of the vault, but I don't think that's what would make sense for them. If I was a junk dealer, like I know this feels childish, but if I was a junk dealer, I would prefer having wallpaper on the walls. I think it's fun. And I think whoever's running the commissary maybe isn't like an army background, maybe they're thinking of it more like a traditional junk shop. And I love making my junk, like general traders, just very eclectic, gather whatever they can find kind of people. Like I picture them as big kind of thrift stores where you can always like find something really cool. How far back can we put that without like... Okay, that works. I kind of want to do this full. Oh, maybe I can. I just got to move that first. Yeah. And I'll come back to this. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's cool. Let's start looking for shelves and stuff. Definitely give them a chair. And that feels like a good little chair. Actually, what's to stop me from moving this over and then giving them a desk in the same room? Because I like the idea that people who have these little stores also have like a nearby desk to sort of manage what goes along with it. That's a good looking desk. Is there another desk though? Because I know they're like modular desk pieces. I think they're over here though. Ooh, like that. That's what I'm talking about. Because that's cool. Oh yeah, that's what we're gonna go with, not this one. The owner of this junk shop definitely loves the sci-fi wallpaper and this cool retro futuristic looking desk thing. Absolutely. Okay, let's find a chair for that. We could use that red rolly chair and just put a different chair there. Oh, nope, I love this. That is gonna work for me. I'm actually gonna scooch this into the closer to the corner, just so they can like roll around freely without hitting the floor mat. Okay, and now let's look at some containers. Definitely a vault trunk, but maybe an older one. Like maybe they found one of the original ones that was out and about in the cave system, and that would be a good find because I bet it's like full of cool stuff. And then a filing cabinet would also be cool. And I think maybe like a magazine rack. That would be really cool there. So with this, I was thinking this, but I'm seeing it takes up too much space. Those shelves are good. Ooh, wait, is this just like an open one? Oh, I think I like the one with shelves better. Does that make it too cramped? I think it does. But it could go here. I might switch this with the vault trunk. And then I think I do like the beat up magazine rack for here. And actually that I can move the filing cabinet back. Oh, I'm glad we went with the nursery wallpaper. This is a vibe. And this can scooch. I do want to trade the shelf and the salvaged vault trunk. I'll do like that. this, if I can pull it out just enough to not clip. There. Oh, that's really good. Let's see if I have magazines on me. I'm gonna guess that I do. Yes. We'll do some awesome tales. Let's give them some burnt. Oh, no, I can't store burnt. Okay. But guns and bullets. Like, I don't know what these people would be into, but maybe a little bit of everything. I'll do this one and this one. Yeah, that's really cool. Just like a good collection of some surface stuff, but some like more vault techy stuff. Okay, that's really cute. What else can we do here? Furniture miscellaneous. Bathtub, no. Bobblehead stand? Probably no. I like that we've got the magazine rack, and I don't think we need both, but I could be sold on a TV. I could absolutely be sold on this TV. How far out does it have to come? Is it going to take up a bunch of space? Oh, I forgot we had power. That's awesome. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, yeah, that's staying. That's staying. I thought I was going to use that space for a little plant, but no, I keep thinking I'll use my like typical candles somewhere, but oh, I can still fit a plant here. Let's do both. Okay. What other decorations here? Diamond City radio. Can I fit a radio on the shelf? If I can, that's my pick, but I'm worried this will fall to the floor. I did not expect floating to be an option. Is there a way to get it on the shelf that isn't floating? Or here? No. I guess it can go here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Any of these things? Ooh, I could do an ashtray. And then, no, that's still gonna float. Any posters? I think I still want a clean poster. I like the hard work is happy work. Because this guy works hard. And now let's see if there are any paintings. Because I really like, I like putting collections of paintings behind junk dealers because it looks like they're selling them. Especially if you make them kind of like stacked up. Like if we do that one. Not on me. And then this one kind of overlapping. And then this one. Yeah, like it seems like he's kind of gathered them there to sell, and I really like that. Ooh, I've been forgetting about these posters, but this could go really well in here too. Are there cleaner versions of these now that we're in the vault, or is this just going to be like a vintage look? Ooh. That's really cool. If I can get it off my face and onto the wall. That might be a... Do we like it? Wait, do we like it above the desk? Oh, I might like it here, and then we move the poster. Can I bring it? Oh, yes. That'll be like the cool vintage poster. And then that'll be like the normal. Oh, actually, oh, uh-oh. That's not what I meant to do. This poster will go above the desk because that's where they would do their work. And then this would be like the cool vintage poster of the Museum of Technology that they've salvaged. That's incredible. That's our commissary, but it's owned by a eclectic junk dealer. And I love this. It absolutely feels like vault salvaged, but oh, that's really cool. Amazing. Okay. I love that a lot. Let's slap a door on it. Ooh. Let's use these as the decorations here. Because I'm not going to do a clothing shop because they don't wear clothing that isn't just the vault suits. Or wait, would this be better? Because this person seems like the type of person to collect something like this. Is this better than the filing cabinet? This is better. I didn't know it made sound. This is better than the filing cabinet. An original, unrusted Vault Boy statue. And then this, we'll keep these as our display outfits. And I'll grab the floor lights that are so cool for this. I just got to grab the actual, oh, I love that junk shop. Okay, I just got to grab the actual vault jumpsuits. But we have clinic, we have commissary, we have the atrium back that way, and I wanted to do one more staircase here. Yes, we're gonna do a doorway, I think, right? Because there's no way for it to just be an end. I mean, there is, but not with a door in it. So doorway will become a stairway. Oh, in that case, I don't really want it to be a doorway because we've established that stairs don't go. But I think it has to be. Okay, hold on. Are these all just normal hallway pieces? Yes. Oh, I forgot that we wanted this to connect. Let's connect this. If we just wrap the hallway around. I hear them talking. They're appreciating that I give them breaks. Of course. That's work-life balance, baby. Do corner, corner, and then do I want this to loop around like all the way? I don't think it necessarily needs to, because this could be, I could destroy this and make it another residential house. Also, I'm realizing it's dark in here. Nah, let's keep this. Ooh. Do I like the idea of a ceiling fan here or do I not? I don't think I do. Let's just see. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. Yes, we want the hallway to keep going, but to have stairs. What if the stairs are on this side? No, because I still might expand that. Okay, sorry. I am problem solving in real time. Let's do this to get the stairs. You come here. And then domestic hall to doorway. Or no, hallway and doorway, because that side's a door. And then if there's an end, I guess we could have been using the domestic room for stuff. I guess we just do the end cap wall. Just like there. Because this is our wide hallway to the clinic and the commissary. This is our doorway to residential and overseer, because that's what's on the second level. Oop. Gosh, I've never ever used like the actual Vault Boy in a build before, and that I'm just so obsessed. I'm just so obsessed with it. Like, because you know sometimes in like really cool thrift stores you'll see stuff like that. Okay, residential and overseer are upstairs. And here's where we'll do the stairs. Are the stairs in domestic? Yes. Let's see how this works. Stairs, stairs. There's really nothing in that, so that can absolutely be scrapped. And then we just connect these. It's a bit of a long hallway, but that's okay. Is there anything we want to do with it? We could fit another domestic unit here because we've got 4 squares to do it. They wouldn't have a balcony, but maybe they would just be like a less, I would say less expensive, but nobody here pays rent. But we know that we can add that if we want to. Let's do a domestic 3-way. Oh, please snap. Why wouldn't this snap? Is it because that's like a special one? Let's try and do the 3-way first. Okay, so it will. We just gotta... Oh, is this whole hallway the one that's like kind of off because of the way I did it? Ugh. Oh, nope. There we go. We just needed to backtrack a bit. That works for me. Okay. So let's put up some signs. Because what's downstairs that we just did? Commissary. Not hydroponics, because we really haven't thought about that. We just kind of got lucky that our decorations were also food. Commissary, clinic. Were those just the 2 things? And I guess a way back to the atrium. Yeah. So atrium, the clinic one looks off. Actually, that looks okay. Atrium, clinic, and commissary. And let me put up some lighting as I go. Yeah, because that's what would be downstairs. I can't believe this dirty old light bulb lights up so much better. Okay, so this is problem with making this vault all twisty, because I've never really done this before, is that I keep getting lost. So we're going to do the atrium is this way. The atrium and the commissary. But the faster way to get to the clinic is this way. So we'll do like clinic this way. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then this, I do think, can be a domestic unit. So let's just click that together. And then I think that has to be where we stop. Where am I? Oh, I'm looking for structures. Structures and vault and atrium. I bragged about how I was getting better at this. I'm not getting better at this. What did I say made sense here? Does this go first and then the mid thing? It's like so important to me that they have windows. Or no, that's what we learned. It can't be the wall mid because then it doesn't have the ridges at the bottom, which bothered me. Oop, no, I don't want to scrap it. I just want to do like this. Because we can do a mid doorway. Or not doorway, window. And I don't actually want a utility there, even though I should find another way to give them access to the cave system. It's residential, overseer. This is just a normal quarters. Okay. It took my brain a real fat second to figure out what I was doing. And this, we are having the issue with the door already existing, so we'll just scrap that for now. And let's just corner up. Except for on this side, we are doing this trick of just having a wall. Okay. That'll do. That'll definitely tide us over for now, and that gives them some outdoor space. I've also been playing with the idea of using the numbers like we did in Sanctuary to number each of the rooms, because otherwise how would anybody ever find your apartment? Like I think it would be very nice to do like unit 01 because it's on the 0th floor. Yeah, this is really coming together. And then that'll be stairs to the upstairs. Clem is serving soda. I forget where that goes, so we should probably put a sign on it. That's the cafeteria. This is awesome. I am so happy with this. So I think that about does it for us today here in Vault 88. I think we're going to have one more part of this because we still need to decorate all those domestic rooms, and you all know how much I love decorating. So thank you so much for joining me, the General of the Minutemen, as we work together to make the Commonwealth safer one settlement at a time. I have a playlist of all the builds I've done so far, so if you enjoyed this one, please do check out the rest. I appreciate you, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.